One of the evils of slavery was the Willie Lynch letter that he wrote to individuals who were so-called slave owners back in 1712. The letter was to instruct them on how to manage the enslaved people who fought back. Lynch himself was also a so-called slave owner. So around 1712, he devised a plan which contained various strategies. Some of these strategies were devised to instill fear, distrust, and ultimately, at the end of the day, self-hate. The intention was to implement psychological strategies to divide and rule the people. When you divide people, it is easier to rule them. His plan was to take the mind and leave the body available to carry out the work on the plantations. Psychology is a very powerful thing, and if you're not aware that psychology has been worked on you, then it can be very successful. He used the differences amongst the people in order for them to turn against themselves. For example, young against old, light-skinned people against dark-skinned people, and so on. The effect of the psychological plan was to last for 400 to thousands of years. It was all about mind control, and the effects are still with us today. We have been programmed to behave in a particular way. We are still divided. Some of us still think we're better than the other person because we are lighter skinned and so on. And this was all part of the plan. This was all drawn up. It was carefully drawn up and carried out successfully amongst the people. And once we are aware of what was actually drawn up to destroy us as a people, then I think we can do something about it, because we can move on with having the right information can help us to move on to a better place. For the sake of this video, I cannot go into the entire letter, but if you would like more information on what was contained in the letter, I will leave the link in the description box below where you can find out more details for yourself. We cannot expect our oppressors to release us from mental slavery. This is something that we need to do ourselves. This can be very difficult if you're not aware of the strategies that has been used over the years to keep us down as a people. Somewhere in scripture it says that my people perish for lack of knowledge. Awareness is a great thing. We can move on once we have the right information. I realize that many of us are enlightened and are awake, while there are many of us who are asleep and are suffering from false consciousness. As an attempt to fit into Western society, you will find some individuals who talk about the things that they've achieved and, to say that they have arrived and that the past has nothing to do with what is going on amongst our people today. So after all this is said and done, do you believe that the damage can be repaired? How long will it take? Remember, the plan was meant to last for thousands of years. We still see evidence of this in society today amongst our people.
The remnants of the past are still with us today. They have not gone anywhere.
I believe one of the ways that we could move forward is to enlighten our children, tell them about Africa, tell them about how great Africa was before the onslaught of slavery. Marcus Garvey said that a people without knowledge of their history are like trees without roots. So it's important that our young people know about where they came from and how great Africa was.
Why are we so divided? Why are we always fighting each other? Many of us have moved to the motherland, and there is enough evidence to show that many of us are still divided. We're still fighting amongst ourselves. It is high time that we foster some kind of unity amongst ourselves. Let's get to the roots of why we are the way we are. Of course, the Lynch plan is not the only reason why we have infighting or why we still subscribe for a Eurocentric ideal of what is beautiful. Maiming ourselves to look like a European and so on. We have many problems that we need to iron out amongst ourselves. Turning against ourselves is not the answer. Let us look into history and try to undo the damage so that we will not continuously live the self-fulfilling prophecy of what is said of us, and more importantly, the path that was set for us. If there ever was a time that we need unity amongst ourselves, it's now, especially with all that is happening on the worldwide stage at the moment. We cannot remain divided. Unity is strength. Leave your thoughts in the comment box below. How do you think that we can move forward as a people, especially those of us who have moved to the motherland? Have a blessed day and see you all next time. One love.